appropriate, right, for me, because I've had to grow through this sobriety. Raleigh mentioned it earlier, you know, about God's timing of everything, right? It's not our timing at all, right? As much as I wanted to quit, I was addicted to that alcohol in a way that I never in a million years would have thought that, right? Because like I told you guys before, I grew up, my dad owned a grocery store. So I saw people that were alcoholics. At that age, I didn't know what it was called, because in our communities, right? Thank you, Mr. Bay. In our communities, we didn't talk about that. My dad never said, Dana, as we're walking out of the store, he never said, hey, that's a person who struggles with alcohol and blah, blah, blah. I never knew the term, y'all. Then when I got older, I heard terms like wino. I'm sure y'all done heard that one. Wino, drunk, drunkard, right? There were terms like that thrown around. So when I started drinking as a result of being in corporate America, going through a divorce, yeah, that's right, Eugene. Going through my divorce and everything, using that as the excuse to drink and get turned up, right? Wrong decision. Because for me, I didn't realize, and we'll talk about genetics and stuff. Y'all know I love to bring up genetics versus your environment, nature versus nurture. But for me, I think I probably was predisposed. My brother and I talk about that a lot. You know, we have a lot of it in our family, but I still talk about genetic wise, you can be predisposed. But if your environment is set up where you're not, you know, I love that, Mr. Bay, just admitting it, right? You always find an excuse to drink. But you get what I'm saying, y'all? Your environment can influence it more, right? Eric, my brother's on here. So we had it on our paternal, father's side, mother's side, my mom's mother and father, right? Then my mom went through a stint of it. Then my dad. So it's like it was bound to land on me. However, it wasn't just genetics though, right? There's not some little gene floating around in my body that was like, waiting for the alcohol, Dana. Let's get addicted. No, it was my environment, my coping skills or lack thereof, right, Eric? So Eric, at 13, 12, I'm putting you out there, but the reason certain people, I think somebody else talked about drinking younger. Remember I talked about your brain is still developing. I'm losing this light, y'all. Wonder why. But our brains are still developing, you know? And turn that off for a minute. Yeah, Eugene, go hand in hand. Yep. So I think you know what happens when we're that young and start experimenting? Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy, right? School. Yep, 15 years old, Eric. My brother was 15. And see, it's amazing our environment too, Eric. Brought up in the same home though, different circumstances for each of us, right? Different responses and perspectives. Then when I got out, y'all, I drank for the first time at 19. Never drank again until I was, well, I don't say never. Okay, let's say this, y'all. When I drank at 19, it was a bad experience. So I didn't care to drink that much. Get what I'm saying? Hard not to drink because drinking is considered. Right. Yeah, Raleigh, but we're going to talk about that more because that's what I'm going to talk about being in corporate America, why that was so, like, you know, detrimental for someone like me. I love that. Thank you, Karina. Hey, y'all, real quick before Karina goes, y'all, I went to church with Karina and Daryl yesterday, y'all. It was amazing. Thank you, Karina and Daryl, y'all. It was, oh my God, they saved me a seat up front. We were on like the second row. I told them to. I said, I knew we was going to be right up front because Daryl and that Thank You, Lord song. We need to play that real quick. But y'all, I love that I went to church with them yesterday, y'all. It was amazing, and I'm definitely going back. The atmosphere was just incredible, y'all. So Eric, my brother, when you come up, we're going to church with Karina and Daryl. So real quick, y'all, I want to talk about, like I said, when, you know, growing up not knowing what that term was, I feel like that's the reason I'm speaking out so much. You know, like I said, not only, I know, Karina, thank you so much. That was so much fun. Y'all are a trip too. That was just so much. The whole area we sat in too. I'm about to play your song, Daryl. But y'all, I think that
morning.
It's so important that we talk about it, y'all. Like I said, being in that room or those rooms, then purposely seeking rooms where I could, you know, can I talk to a sister? I mean, you know, so I want people to ask me questions. I want people to be like, because that's the thing too, the terminology. I still have people that don't even know the real meaning of sobriety or being sober. When you, well, so that's the other thing too. Some of these terms people kind of make their own. Being sober, a lot of times they're associated with drugs and alcohol, right? It'll be, I'm clean from drugs or alcohol. Good morning. Okay, yeah, I'm about to play it, Daryl. But you know what I'm saying? Because it is 7:45. Y'all be rambling. But yeah, y'all, I just think sober, you know, I want to explain that real quick. When a person like myself is sober from alcohol, that means I don't drink alcohol at all. So any, you know, wine, spritzers, or